The basic Angular components parts. Components are the main building block for an Angular application. Each of the components that you build, will be multiple components, right? So each component will have an HTML template. Obviously, what you will see on the screen, what you want to render, what are the tags, what are the UI tags, what are the input boxes, what is the form. So that will all be in your HTML template. Then the business logic. If somebody clicks on a button, what do you want to do? Where will you write your business logic? Yeah, you want a component which has got some business logic, right? So that will be in your TypeScript class. Now don't get so worried about this TypeScript class. It is similar to JavaScript with some minor differences, okay? 95% similar to JavaScript. So we don't want to, spend too much time learning TypeScript. Whatever is necessary for this Angular, we will cover in this course. Okay, using this, you can build huge Angular components. So you don't need to learn TypeScript beyond a certain limit. So we have got that covered in this module. As we go ahead with the module, we'll learn. Then CSS selector that defines how the component is to be used. Like what is your tag name? Right, so you will create an HTML Angular component, say my app. So when you place that my app, this is all this. When we say CSS selector, now what is a CSS selector? If you go to HTML, any div, div ID, right? Everybody know what's a div. A div is a CSS selector, correct? You say document.getElementById. So you define your own CSS selector. You will say this is my tag, and whatever behavior you want in that HTML to be rendered in the tag, you will put it in the HTML template. And whatever class logic TypeScript. Alright, then additional styles can be applied to the template. So these are the 4 major parts of a Angular component. We'll build a small Angular component and see what this means. Proceeding in, so couple of system requirements before we start. You need to download Node.js, which is a JavaScript server. You need to download Visual Studio Code for IDE, for development. You can use any IDE that you are comfortable with, IntelliJ or whatever you want, but my favorite is Visual Studio Code. And you need to download the Angular command line interface. Alright, so how do you do this? So first you go to, you search for nodejs.org and you download the Node.js. This is important, okay? Whichever is your OS, please download the particular server for that. The next thing that you need to download, as I told you, is first you have to download the Node.js, then you have to download Visual Studio Code, okay, if you don't already have it. So you should download the Visual Studio Code as per your, whatever is your requirement. So this is the IDE, so this will spring up an IDE like this, okay. So this is the one that we are going to use, download, okay. This is the second thing you need to download, and third one is to download the Angular CLI. The Angular command line interface that you will download is this way. You will say download, you will use the, once you install Node.js, it will install the Node package manager, and then you can install this. Let's take a look at how to do that. So what you will do here is, so once you have your Node.js installed, make sure that you type node -v. I have version 14. So what you will do is you have to type this command, okay. You have to say npm install -g @Angular CLI. In my case, I have Angular installed, but it will reinstall the CLI with if there are any updates, okay. So a simple, so that let me repeat the steps. First you download Node.js, whether it is Windows or OS. Let me repeat. You have to download Node.js, which will run your server, okay. It will basically, what will happen is, see why you need Node.js. Let me give you a point here. When you run an Angular app, basically it runs a web app and it will show you on 4200 localhost. Okay, it will show you like a web page because Angular components are always rendered on the web, correct? So it will create a local server for you and show it. So for that we will be using Node.js. Okay, Node.js is the Angular Google approved server to run on. Alright, by default it runs on Node.js. Then Visual Studio for IDE, and then Angular CLI. That is where we will see what happens is when we build earlier, when you used to do Angular, you have to build those, as I told you, like this HTML template, TypeScript. You'll have to actually type the class and then create an HTML. But here what will happen is you will use Angular CLI to create one component. It will throw open these files for you. It will create these files for you, the skeletal files for you, correct? The bare bones HTML, the TypeScript, the CSS selector that you want to give the name to your component to, that will be like your div, and then the CSS. So later on you can just write inside this. So that is why you need to have these 3 installed. And how do you install this? This npm, you'll go to your DOS prompt and then it installs, okay. So here it has already, I have already installed it. It will update install. Alright, okay. Now what we will do is, let's get started. So as I told you, Angular is extremely easy to learn. So the first way to learn is to create a component. So let's generate a component. So how do you do that? Everything you have to give ng. Ng is the command to generate or do anything that you want to do with the Angular components. So ng generate component name. So let's try that. Ng generate. So here you are specifying generating component because you have to specify what you want to create. You can create services also. We'll say nice app. So to generate a new app, what you say is ng new and your component name. So what it will say when we say ng new nice app, okay, what it will say is it will ask you whether you want Angular routing. Angular routing is what will be used to create menus in your Angular, like to route. Whenever the user presses the correct link, he will go to the correct component. Okay, so we'll say yes. Which style sheet? We'll select the default one, and now it will start generating. If you see here, it is doing some magic. Correct? It is already creating some tests. You can see a lot of files, index.html. This is the main thing, that is the entry. Let's wait for a minute here and let it do its thing, and then we will come back to it. Make sure that your internet is running, okay? You need the internet on for this. We'll pause the... Alright, so now let me show you one thing. Now what is happening over here is, it is running over here and it has generated the... So it's generated the module, correct? So it has generated the app. So if I go to my folder, see this nice app. Let's see what is there inside nice app. So if you see here, it will create all this node modules, and you see this tsconfig.json, a lot of files it creates, okay. So to make sense out of it, and there is a src, right? Let's see src. Now if you see here, as I told you, there is a css, index.html, there is a test.ts file, all this are created over here. And then you also have an app folder. This is where your main app will reside. So you remember when we go back to the slide here, let me go back to the slide here. HTML template, TypeScript class, CSS selector, CSS style, correct? I had told you that. So see here, if you see here, you'll see it has created a CSS, it has created HTML, it has created a test, and it has created a module, right? It has basically created all the four folders, all files that are required. So now to make more sense of this, to see how this actually folder is generated, we will open this in Visual Studio. So now I'm going to go to Visual Studio. I'm closing the folder. So what have I done? I just created a simple app, right? Using the simple bare bones app. Let's understand what we have done. I went here and I gave this command. Just a minute. Ng new nice app, correct guys? And it generated this whole folder. So let's go back to this folder in the course folder. And it has created an app for me. So let's see the folder structure in Visual Studio. So we'll open, and let's open this nice app. So I have opened the nice app, which is the one which we have created. So this is the folder structure. So if you see, there are a lot of important files here. One of the most important files is the package.json, which packages your app, okay. And then your Angular of JSON. It contains a lot of information here, which is your root folder. So don't get too lost in this. There are too many configurations in it. The main things you need to know is which is the src folder, what is the application type, project type, and all that, okay. Now the main and then the node modules, all the Angular core modules are added over here, correct? So like you have in Java, you have import java.io, java.util, correct? Or the same way we have all the libraries inside your node modules. The entire world of Angular is pushed for you. How easy, right? Angular CLI is created. You don't need to say import. Everything is import. You'll have to import later, but the dependencies, this is like Maven. So if you see this is like your this and node modules is basically like your Maven. If you all know, some of you come from Java background, all dependencies are included. So the simple part here is all the important libraries of Angular are there inside. Okay, this is the one you need to know. Now one of the most important folders is our src. This is where we will be working on, correct? Now the entry point of the application is index.html. Take a look here. Now in the index.html, if you see there is an app root, correct? So this is, see the title, nice app, it has taken an app root. Can you see this? Now this app root is our first component that we have built. Yeah. So you will be saying we created nice app, then we'll be showing app root, because this is the default naming for this is the default naming for Angular apps. So you can go over here and take a look here at the app routing module. Now if you click on this app folder, see the index.html. Now let's take a look here now as to where it lies. Main.ts. So if you see here, there is a main.ts file here which actually injects the required Bootstrap's application here. And to find out where this lies, where this app root, let's go into this app folder. So as I told you, these are the I told you the 4 files which are created, the HTML file. Let's take a look at the HTML file. So if you see here, this is the basic thing that will get rendered. Correct. So let's go back to the slide. I'll repeat this. If you remember, these are the important things, basic things that you need to know. Okay, then we go ahead. So HTML. Now this HTML is what will be rendered. Here are some links to you start. This is a default CLI skeletal one, okay, which gives you a basic HTML template. Then you have something called as an important file called as the component teas. Now in the index.html we have given app root, right? So how does Angular understand that this app root is what this HTML should be shown? So let's understand that. So to understand, you have to go to the app component teas. In the app component tiers, this is where you define your component. So you import the component. This is the TypeScript, okay? And what you do here is you define your component over here. @component. First you say selector, which is what is your tag, which is what is your main component's CSS selector, as we have explained here, right? The CSS selector defines how the component is used in the template. So it is defining that use this app root to create one. App root as the CSS selector. So if you place app root here in the HTML, whatever you define after this in the URL will get displayed in the template URL. Next, as I told you here, you will define a HTML template. So if you say select app root, anybody places app root, what is the HTML that needs to be rendered? So you will say the file that needs to be rendered. This is app component.html. Okay, so this is our file here. This is created by default. When you create a component, this is a basic file. Got it? So, and then the style sheet. If you have any additional CSS, you can add it over. Right now it is empty. Okay, you can, if you want any CSS over here, you can add CSS. This is simple like HTML CSS. Okay, same thing. And then you can add it in your templates. Alright. So now, and then what you have to do is, your most important part here is you have to export this class. So every component is actually defined like if you see here, now the important thing here is export class. All the app component is defined in a class. Okay, it's defined as a class and you have to export this class. Now any variables, okay, now your component will have variables, right? You want to show it in the UI, or you want to store some variables or something, so, like properties. Like your class will have properties and that you will create over here. Now example here, we have created title nice app. Now let me repeat here, this component is telling selector app root. So if you in the HTML anywhere you place app root, Angular will see what template URL to show. If I see app root, what should I be the template? So I will take it from HTML, this HTML, and then I'll show this HTML to the user. Okay, so this is how it finds out from this. It goes to the index.html. Let me repeat, goes searches for this app root. When it finds the app root, it searches in the components. Where is the app root? Is there a selector? So in the component definition, it will find an app root selector, then what URL template to show, what HTML to show. So then it will display that. In that HTML, if you want to place any properties, variables and all, then you define it in the class itself. So I have defined title here. So let's see if it is placed over here. So this is called as property binding. We'll look at it more in detail. Okay, this nice app. So if I go to HTML, see here, welcome to HTML type. Now this is a single type of this is a one-way binding. So this will just show whatever you add in the title. Alright. So if you have any if you're not understood this, please go through the recording again. Okay. So pause the recording, revisit and understand, like, how it starts in the index, how it goes to the component TS, how it selects selector app root, and then you know how it redirects to the template URL, and in the HTML it basically shows the UI. Now one more important file is app modules. Okay, now in your application this will bundle and bootstrap your application. Okay, now when we ran the app, it automatically ran, then index.html found out, right? How does it find out? It uses app module. Okay, this app module imports some important libraries by default. You see browser module, ng module, all these are default. Okay, it has, and then it bootstraps this basically will bootstrap means which app component to run. Here it is asking which app component should I start. By default it will go to this app.component. When you say app.component, Angular learns it as app.component. When you say app component here, it will run this component TS. Okay, and then and if you have any services that you want to inject around that, you have any libraries and all that you write, that you can add over here. That part we'll see later. Okay, so another important file in addition to your HTML, your component TS and your CSS is your module. In this module is what basically bootstraps your application. Okay, this is like if you know Spring Boot, it is your core application code which will run your application. So having said that, now let's see how to run this. See what am I doing here? I created a nice app Angular using Angular CLI. Now I navigate to the nice app and say ng serve. To see the application you have to say ng serve.